Hello, everyone. Welcome to this training on how to go live on TikTok. I've got my notes here. I've got my coffee. We're going to go through all of the benefits of going live on TikTok, and I'm going to share with you all of my scripts for promoting my digital products and my digital marketing course that I promote. So I'm going to have some links for you that you can click on to download the notes from this session. If you want my scripts, if you want my strategies and you want them on a Google Doc so that you can go back and reference them later, I'm going to have that linked. And then I'm also going to have my free masterclass that is a training video on how I started in digital marketing, the exact steps I took to get started. So that is down below as well. So I'm going to get into it, and then I would love to know from you and put in the comment section if you have any questions about this. I have mastered the TikTok live, and I have been promoting my digital products and my digital marketing courses just on TikTok. Now, these strategies will work also on Instagram and YouTube, but for this purpose, I'm going to just specifically be talking about TikTok because that's my personal experience. So if you want to go live on TikTok to get, and this is how I get 50 to 100 new followers every single time I go live. So if you want to just, increase your followers in a really quick amount of time, this is the way to do it. And these are going to be organic followers. These are going to be followers that love your content. They love what they're seeing on the live. So these are the perfect people to create an audience, to draw people into what it is that you are, to what it is that you're selling. So, let's get into it. So people on TikTok lives, when you hit that live button, they are going to be watching from the outside. Okay, this is how TikTok works. When you are going live and people are scrolling on their For You page, the FYP, they are seeing lives come up on their feed. And when they see those lives come up on their feed, that is that's going to be like they can choose to tap in to your video and interact with your video, or they can just continue to watch from the outside. So and you will never know if they are in your room or not. So it is so important that you are on point when you go live from the beginning, and you don't have it. It doesn't matter if you don't see anyone in that top right hand corner that's popping into your room. I really want you guys to keep this in mind, because if you have people watching from the outside, you will never know. You will never know how many people are watching and listening to what you're saying. Those people on the outside can also follow you if they don't click into your live. So I have had so many people who are watching from the outside. I don't know that they're there, and then they pop into the live because I said something or asked a question, and now they're engaging. You will also have people purchasing your products that are watching from the outside that never even come into the live. It's wild. So I don't want you to use that metric that you see in that upper right hand corner as any measure for the engagement that is happening. Okay, so it's great if they come in to your live and engage with your live, because it does push the live out to the For You page. So so just remember that. Okay, that's the first thing. And your goal on your lives, and we're going to get into more details and more scripts and all of the strategies, but your goal on the lives is to get people to grab your free item. Okay, you're not, my goal is if they want to purchase from me during the live, that's fantastic, and I do sell that way too, but you really want people to opt in to your free item. So that's the first thing to remember. So let's get into it. Okay, why should you go live on TikTok? Your lives get pushed out to the FYP, that's the For You page, a lot more than your content will. So when you go live, live, that is reaching different algorithms that you will not reach with your content. So they get pushed out more. You're going to get more followers. That's my goal when I'm going live, is to get the followers and to have people opt into my free item. So you're also going to be providing the relatability and the trust. This is amazing for when you go live. When you go live, you guys, your engagement, people are going to see how you relate to them. They're going to see how you answer the questions that are being presented to you. They're going to see how you talk about with excitement your product. This creates a massive amount of trust that the reels and the not the reels, but the TikTok videos that you put out, your content, that it's completely different. It's completely different. When they see you live, they're like, oh my gosh, she's a real person. So I want, it's so key. And then when someone follows you and now they're engaged with your content, they are now going to see the content that you post. So this is huge for how you grow. It all works together on TikTok. Okay. All of these things kind of, create this fantastic recipe for people to really start trusting you and engaging. So here's what I want you to remember when you're going live, and just the setting is have some lights. You really want really good lighting. Don't have like a window in the back of you. Don't have a lot of lights on in the back of you. You want them in the front. So right now, I have my studio lights in my dining room. This is where I'm at right now. I have my studio lights because it's cloudy outside and the lighting is actual shit right now. So I have my studio lights, but on a nice sunny day, I'll just be in front of a window. Get rid of like background, like, so it's not massively cluttered. I'm not saying have a perfect background by any stretch. I don't have a super aesthetic house at all. I just don't have a ton of, like, if you have kids and you've got like toys and everything is scattered around there, just try and clear up your immediate space for when you're going live. Don't have any kids in your video. Not because not because we don't love kids, but because TikTok actually doesn't allow you to have kids in your videos. I have seen people go live that have kids in their videos, and I'm like, it's a flag. It's a red flag for TikTok. You could get taken. You could get your account, or not your account, but your live shut down. I like to wear bright colors. I don't always remember to wear bright colors. I'm a total neutral girl, so I have some bright pink and red and stuff like that. But if you can do that, that is helpful. Here's the other thing too I found is when I'm wearing patterns, if I'm wearing patterns, the one thing that you're going to want to remember is that when people come onto your live, they're going to be making comments, and the comments that they're making are in white, and they are on the lower half of your screen, probably where your shirt is. So if you wear white, it's hard to see. I do this all the time and I forget. So also patterned things like plaids and stuff like that, it's hard to see those comments. So just keep that in mind. And then if you can have like a neutral background, that's honestly pretty ideal if you can have something that's not, super distracting in the background. Okay, goals for going live. Now, this is where I want you guys to work up to, is 14 days in a row of doing these things. Okay, this is when if you can have this as your goal, this is going to give TikTok the signal that you are a player in this space. Okay, and you're going to start getting pushed out a lot more. When you first begin going live on TikTok, you are not going to have people popping into your room. You're going to have 0 people. You're going to have, and a lot of people get discouraged at that point and they quit going live because they don't see the results. So hold on, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. So I want you to just keep in mind that the goal is to build up to where TikTok recognizes you as somebody that has content, that's somebody that goes live every day. Okay, you're going to start getting pushed out a lot more after those 2 weeks. But I want you to have in your, as a goal for yourself, to go live every day. And in the beginning, an hour is going to seem like a massive stretch for you. My lives go by in an hour, like in the blink of an eye. I find that an hour goes by super, super fast now. But in the beginning, that seemed like a monumental task. So I want you to just set some realistic goals for yourself and go live for like 15 minutes the first day. And then maybe the second day, 20 or 30 minutes. And then the next day, 40, 45, and then work up to an hour. But get to that hour. TikTok recognizes when you're on for an hour or more. So I always have it an hour at least, minimum. Okay. Minimum. That's my goal. I've rarely gotten 10,000 like hearts. When people tap the screen, it makes the hearts pop up on the screen, and it pushes it out to the For You page even more when people interact that way. But if you can get 10,000 likes in 10 minutes, I have heard that this is really, really good for your content. I don't think I've ever gotten there. Engagement. So people commenting on your live is fire. Okay. This is fire. And this pushes your content out more. Any amount of engagement. So taps on the screen, sharing out your live, commenting on your live. These all push it out to the FYP even more. So, and we're going to go over how to get that engagement going in a few minutes. So, and then frequency, I just every day, it doesn't matter what time of day. In my opinion, it doesn't matter what time of day. If you can go live at the same time every day, people do get to know you, and they get to know that, oh, she's going live again at noon, whatever. But, I just say is at least go live every day if you can. Okay. Before you go live, here's some strategies. Okay. I didn't know this, and I didn't figure this out for a while, but before you go live, post a video 30 minutes before you go live. And the reason that you want to do this is because that video is going to also get pushed out to the FYP. People are going to see that, they're going to engage with it. And if 30 minutes later, it's still getting pushed out, they're going to see that you're live, because there's a little red circle around your face they'll, I can tap into her live. So that's why you want to do that. The other thing that you want to do is engage with other digital marketers' content about 10 minutes before you go live. So I'll spend about 10 minutes going through other people's content, other digital marketers, and I'll engage with their content. I will like the videos that they've posted. I will comment and I will like the videos, and I'll just say something in the comments. Like, thank you for the advice, or great tips, thanks, or digital marketing is the best, or something like that. It's just signaling to TikTok that you are also in that same niche. And then I create a brief. Hola, todo el mundo me está preguntando Oh, if you could mute yourself, that'd be great. If you can create a brief bio on Canva, that I have done this, and it kind of stops people scroll. So if you guys are popping on, if you don't mind just muting yourself, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And then I'm going to do, we'll do Q&A at the end for you guys. So if you guys have questions, I will open it up. But I create a brief bio on Canva, and I have been doing this for the last, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months. And I feel like it stops people's scroll to where, like, and if you guys have seen mine, it's just like a little bio about myself, a few sentences long. I also tell them to go to the DMs and let me know if they want my free masterclass that I have. So you can do that. You want to be careful about, I'm going to go over some do's and don'ts. I didn't actually create a slide for this, but I'm going to go over some do's and don'ts on TikTok, and I'll go over that at that time. Okay. And then visualize, who are you going to help today? What are your goals for your business? And then I want you to bring the energy. Sometimes I will stand, I'll have my phone on my tripod, and I will stand to give my live, because it just naturally gives the energy. I am way more energetic on a live than I am in person. I'm way more energetic for you guys on my trainings than I am in person. I'm a really chill, relaxed person. So I try to bring up my energy level because the engagement, you want people to stop and listen to what you're saying. And then I also have community wins section pulled up. I'm going to amend this to say, don't do that. So now that I just said do that, don't do that, because TikTok is changing how they are, some of the things that they allow and don't allow. So again, I'm going to go over this in the do's and don'ts. So scratch that. Okay. What energy are you bringing? You're going to bring people into your live this way. So that you want to, if you're just sitting there, you guys, I've seen lives like this. I want you to remember this. When people are scrolling, okay, they're scrolling TikTok with their thumb and they are seeing your live. If there are any pauses at all, they're not clicking in. They're not staying for longer than 2 seconds. Okay. When your live comes across their FYP, your live is just like your content. You want your lives to be engaging. Don't stop talking. Okay. Don't stop talking. I see lives like this. And if there's a pause, I was on somebody's live the other day, or I wasn't on their live, but I was scrolling. I came across their live. They were silent for a good minute. I don't even know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. I was just kind of waiting to see. And I was like, there's nobody that's going to engage with that. Okay. They're seeing your content come across their FYP. Okay. The For You page, that when your live is coming across their FYP and there's no reason to stay and watch, they're gone. So just know your lives are like your content. Lives are, you've got a few seconds to grab their attention. Okay. Product is not the focus. Don't focus on your product. I only focus a couple minutes on my product. I did like it's the side effect. Okay. That's on the side. That's a bonus. You're building trust with them. Okay. You're building trust with them on your the way that you're talking about, the way that you're answering questions. So the Showing the Wins community, again, I used to do this. So I should have edited this out of my slides. I used to do this sharing my screen with people, but when you share a computer screen, that is a no-no according to TikTok nowadays. So, and then I put stand up, that will help you bring the energy. Strategies, here's a couple that I have, I know other people have used these. I do not use these, but you can. So I just wanted to share them as an option. Like I said, I don't use these. So hold on, I need a sip of coffee. Okay. You can get a buddy. Find a buddy inside of my community who you guys can go on each other's lives. And there's a couple ways that I know other people have used this strategy. One is you can add them as a moderator, like a co-moderator, and they can be the ones to block and mute the people who are jerks who come onto your lives, because that does happen pretty much every day. So you can do that. You can also have that person, is if they're watching on your live, they can be tapping their screen to help push out that live. They can also be commenting on your live to help push it out more. So it's kind of a cool strategy. Like I said, I don't use it, but I think it is a great strategy. And then give more than you are taking. So just remember that your goal is like, I rarely ask people to like my live or share my live unless my live is totally dead and I don't have a lot of people in there. I will ask people to engage, but my whole goal when I go live is to give. I want to give value to the people who are on there. Here's some more strategies. Consistency is everything. So showing up every day on the live, like we talked about, if you can show up every day, that is amazing. There's no ideal time, just be consistent. People ask me, when should I go live? You can kind of play around with this for your followers. Like if you've got a lot of stay-at-home moms who have some time in their day, like maybe when their kids are napping, maybe you're finding that that is when you have the most amount of engagement, then go live at that time every day. If it's in the evening when people are home from work, because you have a lot of professionals that are watching you, then do that. So just, you're going to have to experiment with it a little bit. You're going to block and mute the trolls and the stupid people. Okay. I say the stupid people. Okay. You guys, there's people that come on my lives every day. Just know that this is normal. So just know that like everybody's like, oh my gosh, all the people, all the creepy men, all the like, yes, every day. Okay. Every day. So it's not, don't let it discourage you. You're just going to block and mute when they come across your screen with something like this is a scam, or this is, why do your eyebrows look so stupid? Like, I mean, I'm telling you, all the comments are wild. Block and mute those people ASAP. Don't allow them to stay on. You're going to just hold their comment, just hold it, tap and hold, and then you block and mute. Okay, done. They're out of there. Okay, and then I already talked about creating the Canva graphic. And you can post it on there. Oh, I put in here the puzzle piece because people are like, because there's a little, after you've been on the live, usually around an hour, TikTok will throw up on the screen a puzzle piece and it confuses a lot of people. So I talk about this because I want you guys to not freak out when it happens. But you'll have a puzzle piece and there's like a little puzzle and then there's a puzzle piece and you're supposed to drag and drop the puzzle piece onto the puzzle. And it's the reason that TikTok does this is so that apparently people will go live and literally like have no they won't even do anything. I've heard people will go live and they'll go to sleep on their I don't know this happens, okay, but this so it's just to know that, oh, okay, no, you're still here, you're still engaging with your people. The people on the outside can't see that puzzle piece, okay, just know. And it does say your live will end in 5 minutes. Your live won't end in 5 minutes if you complete the puzzle piece, okay. It takes 2 seconds to do, don't worry about it, it just happens. Okay, so and again, I'm going to get to question and answer after after this live. So just if you've got any questions, just save them to the end. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Engagement is the goal. This is the goal because it pushes your live out. Okay. The more engagement you have, the better. So the taps on the screen is great, but when people comment, that's gold. Okay. That is gold. Okay, let's see. Patty, you're raising your hand. Let me see. Do you have a question, friend? If you can just wait to the end, that would be great.
But you can finish. It's okay. You can finish what you're doing. It's okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so engagement is the goal. So acknowledge people by name and where are they coming from. I want you guys to think about your, and again, I'm going to have a document down below this training video that's going to give you guys the outline for all of this. So if you want to like print it off and use it, you can. There's no magic bullet here. Most of my lives, I wing it, but in the beginning, I did have a script. I literally had my notes. Like I had my notes in front of me. So start off that way, and that's fantastic. But you want to ask questions. So ask them, are they new? Say new in the chat. If you're back, hey, you guys, if you're new here, put new in the chat. If you're coming back, if you're already following me, put I'm back. How's the weather where you guys are? It is so cold and rainy here. We're getting into fall and I love it. And just put like, how's the weather? Tell me where you're coming from. Put it in the chat. You want to tell them what to do. Okay. They'll comment if you tell them. They will start engaging if you tell them. What's it like where you are? Always phrase things with a question, like drop a 1 if this, drop a 2 if that. So engagement is king. Okay. So just remember that. Tell them what to do. People will do what you tell them what to do. So follow me. I always point up here. Follow me because there's a little plus button. Make sure they do that. Click on the storefront, grab my freebie. You guys want to make sure that, and again, I'm going to go over this in the do's and don'ts section of what to say, but check. And then when they grab your free item, just tell them to make sure they check their spam and promotions folder for their free item. Okay. Tell them what to expect in the free item. Right now, my free item is my masterclass that I put together. It's my free training video, helping them to know the exact steps that I took to get started in a digital marketing business. So I will let them know. I'm going to tell them what to expect in the freebie. Before I did that, I had my, it was an ebook, and it had basically like a sneak peek into Digital Wealth Academy. It also had a, the basics of what digital marketing is. So let them know what's in the freebie. And then I literally just repeat the same thing over and over and over again, you guys. I will go back to this is my core. Follow me if you're new here, because remember, people are hopping in for a few minutes at a time. You're going to get a new batch of people. Some people will stay for the entire thing, but most people are only staying for a few minutes. So if that, so you're just going to constantly repeat that. Make sure you follow me, grab my, my free guide. It's over in my profile. Okay. Tell them what to do, what to say. Okay. Share your story. So the entire point is to connect, relate with them. I usually share this multiple times where I start over again, because remember, you've got people, new people coming in, people popping out. So I just go over these same things over and over and over again. I will tell them I got divorced a few years ago, and after my divorce, we went from 2 incomes down to 1. I had my real estate business, but the ups and downs of that income was really unstable. And so I started a side hustle. I did this right alongside of my real estate career. And in just a few months, I had replaced my full-time income. So I kind of just keep weaving that story in and out of what it is that I'm talking about. And then I'll have people come in and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I was a real estate agent too, or I am a real estate agent. I'm a super burned out too. And like all of the relatability is going to come across in your story. Who are you? What's your background? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids, whatever it is. My husband works. I wanted to help, with a side hustle that I could just do in, when my babies were sleeping during the day, so that I could contribute to the bills. Like whatever your story is, just continue to weave that in and out. Why did you start your business? Okay. This is super, super important. This creates that relatability factor. Why did you start? Give them your story. I started because I was in debt after my divorce. I needed a way to fund my retirement too. My real estate income was paying my bills, but that's all it was doing. I didn't have extra to pay off that debt. I had $20,000 in credit card debt. The more relatable and real and raw you are and authentic on your lives, just like in your content, the more people are going to trust you. Okay. What is the solution? How did you find it? I tell people this every day. I do all of this stuff. If you guys have been on my live, you have heard me say all of these things. I was scrolling on TikTok one day last year in the fall of 2024, and I found a random woman on TikTok, and she was talking about how she made 30K a year. So I bring people into that story. And then I really love getting very, very specific. So don't give general information like if you can find something that is like what I hear all the time is, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you want to quit your 9-to-5 job, anytime I can weave in something extremely specific, like one thing that I talk about all the time is like, I was crying myself to sleep at night, worried about how I was going to have to not be a Walmart door greeter at the age of 75. I didn't know how I was going to get out of my current situation. I didn't know, like, if you can weave in a very relatable story that is really, really real to you. Like I heard somebody on a TikTok the other day talking about how she had bought groceries at the grocery store with her toddler in the cart. She got to the checkout and her credit card was declined. And she was like, that was the moment. If you can give people that, just like, oh my God, like, I can't imagine that, or yes, I've been there, or like that is going to also create that trust because they see that you're real, you're raw, you're authentic. Okay. Explain digital marketing for them. This is the other thing I do. If you guys can mute yourself, that would be amazing. Thank you. If you're on live, if you guys are on, just make sure you're muting yourself. I've got some background. Thank you so much. Okay, so explain digital marketing. Ask them, have you guys heard of digital marketing before? Put a 1 if you've heard of it, put a 2 if you've never heard of it. I always say put a 3 if you've heard of it, but you're still confused. Walk them through the process of what it is. You're always, always, always asking questions, okay? I do this. This is my basic outline, okay? And again, I'm gonna have this down below for you guys. So you can click on the Google Doc and you can use this. So step 1, you need a product to sell if you want to make money online. And I chose something that was in high demand, that was a high ticket course that gave resale rights. So if you don't have anything to sell, you can sell the course. Like, be super upfront with them. Like, yes, people are building online incomes by just reselling other people's products. Drop a 1 if you've heard of digital marketing, drop a 2 if you haven't. If you want to learn one of the 15 income streams inside the course, or create your own digital product, you can still sell the course while you're learning these other home-based businesses, while you're creating your own product. Drop a 1 if you guys, who here is a small business owner, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if you are an employee, you're a W-2. This is how I'm doing the engagement, okay? I'm constantly saying drop a 1 if this, drop a 2 if that, okay? Discovery. Here's step 2. You want to learn how to get your product discovered. Learn to master social media with free marketing. We don't use any paid ads. I build my business working 2 hours a day from my phone promoting these products. I post 3 pieces of content, videos on TikTok. Drop a 1 if you would be willing to post 3 pieces of content. If you could make 10K a month, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if that sounds overwhelming to you. Okay, I'm always doing either or. Drop a 1 if this, drop a 2 if that. I go live for an hour every day. You can let them know that. Like, people will ask, do I have to go live? I say, you don't have to go live. It just helps supercharge your business. If you're willing to do that, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't know how, or if that is terrifying to you, put a 2 in the chat. Okay, I had to realize that other people don't pay my bills. Drop a 1 if you'd be willing to learn to go live. So most people don't want to go live because they're terrified of what other people will think of them, and they're going to get a lot of trolls and haters. And I'm like, yeah, you will. So just get over yourself. It's fine. They don't pay my bills. I don't care. I don't even know them. So step 3, and this is literally my outline, you guys. Okay. This is my outline. I set up an automated system. So I set up a follow-up system. So this is what I call my freedom machine. It allows me to make money while I sleep, while I am going out and living my life. I work 2 hours a day. My 2 hours a day is usually completed first thing in the morning, and I have the rest of the day to myself. So I can be out at dinner. I could be out at a movie. I could be traveling. I could be sleeping. And my business is always running for me. So I set up this automated system, and I learned how to do that inside of the course. It taught me everything I needed to know how to do that. Because in the beginning, I was super overwhelmed. I didn't know any of this tech stuff. So who here has heard of email funnels before? Drop a 1 if you have heard of that. Drop a 2 if you have not. Explain how automations work. You'll learn email marketing in the course that will have you help you have more time and more freedom. And then I said, step 4, you're going to create relatable content. This is attraction marketing with social media. You're going to learn how to tell your story and connect with people. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you sound like. People will relate with your story. It doesn't matter. People are like, you always look so put together. You always have your makeup and hair done. Yes, because that's who I am. That's me. People are going to relate to you. So don't worry about it. And also just know that nobody is comfortable creating videos on TikTok when they first start. Nobody is. These are all of these things I'm telling you guys. This is what I say on my lives. attraction marketing is perfect for introverts because you can create B-roll videos. B-roll videos are just you just doing something random in the background and you put a trending audio with words on the screen. That is a B-roll video that you guys can do this. So drop a 1 if you're an introvert. Who here is an introvert? Usually, like I have on my lives, I always have people like, oh my gosh, I'm an introvert too. And then you're not going to bug your friends and family with this attraction marketing strategy, because I'm never sending anyone a cold call, a cold DM, or I'm never cold calling. I'm never sending anyone a text. I always tell people too, I'm terrible with follow up. I never follow up with people. I'm like, you know what? If they want the information, they're going to reach out to me and get it. Okay. And then step 5 is if you're starting an online business, you want the mentorship, you want live weekly trainings. So you don't have to do this alone. You're going to plug into the master classes for the ongoing training. And who here would start an online business if you knew exactly what to post? Drop a 1 if you are comfortable with tech. Drop a 2 if you've got like no tech skills whatsoever. This is how I'm engaging. Okay. What happens? I think my little picture is cutting this off, but what happens when there's crickets? When there's crickets on your live? This happens a lot, especially in the beginning. I'm assuming you guys are beginners, you've never gone live, or maybe you've gone live once or twice. Just understand that when you go live, TikTok doesn't know what to do with your video yet. So you are going to have crickets. It's going to be a complete monologue for an entire hour. I just want you to get used to that concept and that idea. The more you go live, and this is what I said in the beginning, is make a challenge for yourself to go live every single day for 2 weeks. And you do that consistently, it's going to start pushing it out more. Okay. You're playing the long game here, you guys. You guys started your own business, hopefully not to get rich quick. Hopefully not to get rich overnight. We're not doing this for a sale in our money to land in our bank account the day after we start. Okay. So, start talking about your weather, start talking about why you started. You just want to start. Okay. When you hit go live, you're going to immediately start in. Okay. Pretend like you're in them. It doesn't matter. People are not watching and knowing where you started off. Okay. Just start talking. If you've been going live consistently for over an hour for 2 weeks and you still have crickets on your lives, what I do is, if this happens and sometimes it does happen, the algorithm is like wonky, whatever. And I have 0 people engaging with my content, and I've been on my live for 10 or 15 minutes, I will literally press stop and I will start it over again. You can do that. Just remember that engagement is the number 1 thing. So I'm going to have the outline here down below. You guys can put, when I upload this video, you're going to have the Google Doc. You can just use it if you want to. You can develop your own, whatever feels comfortable and natural to you. This is just how I started. And I have definitely veered from this, I've veered from my original script because it's evolved over time. So, and if you need help setting up your bio, I have a TikTok basics mini course in the classroom section of the community. And then I have if you need a TikTok audit of your content or your bio, I have one-on-one social media audit sessions for you. If you guys want to do that, if you want to hop on a Zoom call with me, then I will take a look at your bio. I can take a look at your content. We can kind of troubleshoot if you're not getting sales and engagement. Okay. And then if you haven't started your own online business yet, you're going to want to tap on the link below. You get access to my free masterclass. This is the exact steps that I used to start earning a full-time income online. And if you're ready to start a digital marketing business, I'm going to put the link to get started down below.